Hey beautiful souls, welcome in. I hope you're feeling well. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you. Okay, what is the purpose of all you've been through? What is your life purpose? You go through so many lessons and then you get to a point where you just think, what is all this for? Yes, it's about learning, it's about growth, it's about reflecting and looking back and, reaching to be the best version of ourselves through all of these experiences. But what is the actual purpose of your life right now? Okay, let's find out. And it's interesting because I drew the Akashic Record tarot, so we'll have a look into the Akashics. And I also drew the life purpose cards, which was interesting. And I received the download before I chose the cards, so that was interesting. I actually have cards, with all my, these are all the oracle cards I have, and then I have a pile of tarot and I shuffle to select the cards. Otherwise I get stuck in a rut with the same cards over and over again. So okay, let's get started. So using the Akashic Tarot, love to you guys. What is the purpose of the viewers, the soul crew, the Soul Inc. Tarot crew, the collective? What is the purpose of all this for them? And we have a King of Scrolls. So the King of Scrolls represents writers, interestingly enough. I kind of always often think of them as King of Pentacles, but when I absorb the book and all the meanings, this person is a communicator, they're a writer. So it could be something here to do with writing things down and sharing with others. There could be a book in your life or something you need to create and share with others. The scroll is tightly wound at the moment, so it's kind of like not to be disclosed just yet. There's a process that's going on here with this King of Scrolls. So there could be something here to do with, you needing to tell a story, you needing to create something, or interpreting as well. Like I'm getting like Dead Sea Scrolls and all of these puzzles. Like the King of Pentacles is often, involved in tech and engineering and things like that. So there could be something that you need to discover or you need to put out there, but it's kind of not fully formed or complete. So the purpose of it all is for you to stand in your truth, to write down your truth, to know your truth is what I'm getting, and to stand in strength. So you have something to say is what I'm getting here as well. You need to speak out and share with others, but you're kind of keeping things to yourself at the moment, or someone's keeping things to themselves. There could be unsolved mysteries here, detective work, just putting pieces of the puzzle together in order to understand that your truth is your truth and nobody can take your truth away. I mean, psychologists these days, which infuriates me, has all this idea that memory can't be trusted, that you rewrite your memories and all of this. But when you go through trauma, those memories are never erased. So there's something here to do with memories, standing there thinking, taking some time out. You're wanting to enter this gate, or, there's something here you cannot enter right now, or there's some things you actually cannot know. But you do know because you know thyself is what I'm getting to say to you. So what's the purpose? Somebody's not impressed. This is the thing as well. You're worried that people are going to criticize you, that people aren't impressed. You might have had people say to you, oh no, that's a load of rubbish, that's a load of bunkum and hokum. But at the end of the day, the greatest geniuses, the greatest inventors, conspiracy theorists, they often end up being right. So, or at least it's, a rabbit hole is worth exploring. Just don't get stuck there is what I'm getting. Taking time out. You could actually be a designer or an architect or something like that as well. Oh yeah, look, Two of Keys, receiving the keys, looking for treasure. So this person's thinking, they're looking for something, they're looking for their treasure, or just really trying to work out what your next move is. And this person kind of like sleeps a little bit on the floor. It could even be camping or glamping or something like that. But like it's something that, that you try to remember as well. There's memory here. The hand on the mouth is kind of somebody who's really trying to find something, trying to work something out. You're about to receive a key or a decision. You're at a crossroads and a decision needs to be made. But, you know, you are the treasure as well. And see, the light illuminates. This person has their back to the light. So this light is illuminating. You could see orbs. You could be strongly psychic, telepathic. You know, a lot of spiritual stuff going on here. But yeah, it's kind of like follow the light, you know, you're being illuminated, but you're kind of looking in the wrong place. You need to turn around, do a U-turn is what I'm getting. Yeah, you need to reflect, do a U-turn, but you're about to receive some information, a couple of keys. It could be at night, and you're going to find sort of like the diamond in the rough. You're going to find that treasure. You're going to find that like missing link is what I'm getting here as well. Somebody could have lost a cuff link. Somebody could be cheating. Oh, okay. So what's the purpose of all this so far? 8 of Roses, the community. 8 of Roses is the 8 of Cups. Roses, love and things like that. So there's something here to do with the community as well. You know, you're needing more information, but 8 of Cups in the traditional deck, we often see somebody walking away, leaving it all behind, you know, going off on a journey. But with Cups, it's like a psychological game, a psychological journey, as much as a spiritual journey. You know, you become delusional. Or you think that you're deluding yourself is what I'm getting, or people think you're delusional. They're sitting around laughing to you, laughing about you, aren't they? Oh, fuck them. Let them laugh. He who laughs first laughs last. Yeah, so it's kind of like you've been trapped in illusions and delusions, or people have been trying to trap you in the illusion. It's kind of like trying to find out the mysteries of life and purpose here is what I'm getting. You're needing to take some time alone, take some time out, but you need to also be of service to the community. You could be moving to a new community. That could be something as well. Yeah, we'll just get some more. So the purpose, diversity. Yeah, diversify. Yeah, so your purpose has been to sort of understand the highs, the lows, the sorrows, the happiness, the joys. You know, the thing is like you might feel like you're caught in a bit of a cycle, in a bit of a trap where you just feel like it's all on repeat. But, you know, same situation, different places, different faces, things like that. But all of this has been to show you what an individual you are, how unique you truly are, and that you have something to share with a community or build a community in some way. You know, you have something to share that could illuminate things for others is what I'm getting to say to you as well. So that, yeah, but what was I trying to say? Yeah, so, you know, you're a very diverse person, and this is the thing as well. It's like you're a jack of all trades and a master of them all as well, or this is what's becoming. You may have felt a little bit jaded and lost, or you may be feeling a little bit jaded and lost, you know, a little bit stuck with this 2 of Keys here. But at the end of the day, this has given you a store of information. It's like you can just be in a group of people and kind of almost telepathically or just psychically or just intuitively just know who they are. But now you need to learn how to walk among them is what I'm getting, because you are different. You do stand out a lot. But you're also the catalyst of change with the 5 here in diversity. You're a catalyst for change in other people's lives. It's kind of like you give them information, you know, they think that you're deluded, you got weird ideas, you're a strange fish, but at the end, Pisces, you're a strange fish, but at the end of the day, they never forget you. It's like your words kind of sit in the back of their mind, and then a moment of truth comes, and then they're like, oh my God, you know, that person, we should have paid more attention to that, what she or he was saying. You know, we should have really let them into our community. You know, like they're going to have aha moments about you. So you could end up with the 5 of Scrolls. See, all of a sudden the scrolls open, you know, and you're ready to put things out into the world, or you have been giving information to people along your path. Sometimes it's not all about you. Sometimes we have to meet and be in different communities And in order to be in those different communities, we have to have had shared experiences, because this is the thing as well. Shared experiences is how we connect, or how you can understand others, you know, in this diverse way, is what I'm getting to say to you. So your experiences haven't been made to break you or keep you down. It's for you to get back up and understand that you've actually learned more. You've gained more information, and this is going to be of use into the future. But I'm getting that it's more about them than it is about you. Like I said this in a reading yesterday, like what you're going through has been terrible, traumatic. You know, you've been through difficult times. You know, you've had your highs and lows, the extremes of life. But this gives you a universal understanding. Like, you know, it's like Shakespeare. The thing about Shakespeare is he has all the universal themes within each of his writings and plays. You know, everybody can relate to something within Shakespeare if you can read it. Okay. You know, so it's like you have, you know, like it's like you have a special blood type. You're able to give to everybody else, but not everybody's able to give to you, because you receive your messages and knowledge through, you know, through experiences, through exploration, through detective work, through spiritual work, through divine guidance and things like that. So, you know, you know, you're illuminating for others, but you're kind of on the fringe. You know, you stand on the outside of society, but you do interact with others, and you are very pleasant with the Eight of Cups. You know, you are very pleasant. You know, you're easy with people, but in the back of your mind, you're just thinking, oh my God, you know, how many pearls do I have to throw onto the swine? It's like you're kind of all knowing, but you don't kind of say that. It's kind of like, who was it? Oh God, was it Socrates or somebody like that? And they went to the Delphi, you know, they went to the Oracle of Delphi, and the Oracle of Delphi says, you know, you know, what do you know? How, you know, are you all knowing, kind of thing? And I think it was Socrates or one of those. And he said that, you know, the thing that I've come to is that I know nothing. And that's what made him a great genius, is the fact that the more he knew, the more he realized he didn't know. But that still made him, like the Oracle of Delphi then proclaimed him the most intelligent person in the land, and then they killed him. So, you know, they killed him for being the wisest and most, you know, and most intelligent person in the land, because understanding that, you know, he knew nothing. He could only know thyself or something. But yeah, so, you know, and like you can't be better than the king. Like, this is the thing too, we've got a king standing here. It's like, nah, you can't be better than me. I'm the king. Like, you know, you think you know more than I do? To death with you. Yeah, bringing things into balance, justice. You know, your people's karma is what I'm getting here as well. Like, you might think, oh my God, you know, I'm receiving all this karma. Why am I in the shit? Why do their lives look so good? You know, why they have friends and having such a great time, and I'm standing out here, you know, praying and, you know, standing on the outside. But see, you're wearing purple, you're royalty, you're spiritual royalty. You need to just come to the understanding that you actually are, you know, head and shoulders above the rest when it comes to the way you think and the way you move in the world. Like, these people actually struggle without you, is what I'm getting. Like, you're the life force. You know, you're the balance. You're the life force behind these people. You're the, you know, the woman that stands behind the man, or the man that stands behind the woman. You know, you're the ideas person. You know, and it's time to come out on your own, is what I'm getting. It's time to be in the limelight, is what I'm getting here as well. But it's like you promote, you know, you're a person who promotes others, you know, you support others on their journey, but they kind of refuse to support you. Like, you've had to do it alone. And the reason you've had to do it alone is to know you can do it alone. Like, you don't fucking need anyone else. You know, you are the purple royalty genius going on here, is what I'm getting. You are their karma. Yeah. Yeah, the King of Roses. So we have a King of Cups here. We have two kings. Yeah, you know, this King of Cups is wandering around the garden. Will, wisdom, and mind. You know, this is it. And we won't read that because it seems to have stopped. But yeah, will, wisdom, and mind. This is what it's been all about. To do the will of the divine. But also your own will, to grow your willpower, to grow your strength, to grow your worth, but to grow your wisdom as well. And your mind. You're a genius. So this kind of sums up what I'm saying. You know, you have all the ideas. People think that you're crazy, but you're actually highly balanced. You know, with the Justice card here, you're very just and true. You don't lie. I mean, if you want to do the will of the divine and be a good person, just don't ever lie. Like, you know, lying is the devil's work, is what I'm getting. But we've got a King of Cups, so we've got two masculines here. You know, the King of Love and the King of whoever, the King of Scrolls here, the King of the Mind. But I'm also getting Pentacles. You know, and they're standing there like going, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to write anymore. Maybe that's why his scroll's all wound up, because you know, you were the genius, you know, with your open book. You're an open book. You know, you shared your ideas. You're a community person. You're a team player. Now this person doesn't really know what to do without you. It's like they're dull and boring without you. Like the world is dull and boring without you is what I'm getting. Their world is dull and boring without you, because at the end of the day, I'm getting that you were pretty entertaining as well. So that's very interesting. But, you know, you're going to write your own chapter now. You're going to write your own book. And you're going to be so proud of yourself, you know, coming out of loneliness and heartache and heartbreak, you know, like kind of like, you know, self-centric kind of emotions, thinking that it's, you know, that it's you that's the problem, when actually that's not true at all, because of all the things I've already said. All right. So, you know, life purpose. Actually, we might just get a couple of these. These are strange little cards. I don't know. I just picked them up. But they're more like children's, you know, flashcards. But they're called... What hooked me to them was that they've got the word Lenormand in the title, and I thought they were Lenormand cards, but they're kind of slightly childlike. They're more like children's flashcards. So there could be something here to do with children learning flashcards, flash in the pan, you know, this kind of thing. Oh, we have the Sun card, 3113. For 13 is all about transformation, of course, but the Sun, you know, you are their sunshine, and they're kind of lost without you. You know, they don't have a unique thought like you do. They don't have the inspiration that you do. You're a very inspiring person, and they're wondering where you've got to, and you're like this little innocent lamb. They thought you were gullible, but you know, this little lamb is sitting amongst the flowers, laughing its little head off, reading a book. Like, you know, freedom here. You know, you freed yourself from people who were taking all your ideas. It's like you helped to get someone somewhere because of your, you know, I don't know, you know, just your abilities to know where people should go, and how problem solving as well. You know, you're a problem solver is what I'm getting. So, you know, people are lost without you because they can't think like you can think, is what I'm getting. So that's beautiful. And ship, yeah, your ships are coming in, or you know, you sailed away. 3, the Trinity. You know, it's been a little bit dark, but you know, you've got your little life raft. You're sitting quite happy. These are quite cute, these cards, actually. Yeah, so ship is kind of like the 6 of coins. Oh, I see. They've got little... My eyes aren't very good. Ace of diamonds, and... Oh, I see. They call it Lenormand because they've got the... what do you call it? You know, just like the playing card symbols in there. But we won't worry about that because I can't... Oh, and house. Yeah, so, you know, you're moving away. You're getting a new house. Yeah, they're left in illusions and delusions. We talked about that. 32, 23, 5. You know, you're happy sitting in your little dreamland. You know, you're on the moon, over the moon, hiding behind. You're on the dark side of the moon. Pink Floyd here could be something, or they're on the dark side of the moon. I don't know. And key, yeah, 33. You're receiving the key that you need. So to unlock, you know, or you unlock things within other people. Oh, that's right. You inspire people, and support them. You unlock things with, you unlock things within them. You may have given this person a couple of keys and now they're stuck. They want the third key. So it's like, yeah, you are the brain. They are the brawn, is what I'm getting. So we were going to do these. So we have the moon and the sun. You're coming out into the sun. You sleep well at night, but do they? You're moving away. And in this, it looks like coins as well. Your ship's coming in. You need to kind of keep some things under lock and key. You need to keep some things to yourself until they're fully formed. But, you have this cute little house, and you're very safe, you're very secure. You could be moving to a new house. 4s are all about stability. We've got a lot of 3s and 4s here. Yeah. So, energy healing. You heal others, you give people energy, but in giving the wrong people energy or overstaying your welcome with people, like once you start to get into conflict with people and you kind of know it's just over, you've got to take back your energy and move on. You've done what you had to do. So, is what I'm getting. And trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. And this is what you're learning to do. You're learning to trust the divine. You are a diviner, you are an oracle, you are a psychic or whatever, or you're just in tune. It's like you kind of can see it all, the future. You read something and it's almost like you're sitting next to the author, or you're in the author's mind, or you watch something and you're in the mind of it. Yeah, you're in the mind of the creator, and you're there and you know whether what they're saying is true or not. And then the divine, God confirms it to you. You just kind of know. You're all-knowing is what I'm getting. People think you're a know-it-all, but you actually are all-knowing. So, your path is to walk in light. Your path is to illuminate the dark in others. But the unfortunate thing is, you take on that energy. So you need to clear that energy and heal that energy. You're a healer. But you walk in truth, is what I'm saying as well. I'm looking at this person over here while I'm saying all this. But yeah, it's like, you never tell a lie. And I'm not saying like white lies or anything like that, but you're an open book, you don't lie. And the unfortunate thing is that most people lie. They lie about who they are, like especially when you're young. And I did this. Like I'd make myself sound more exciting than than I was when I was kind of like in my late teens, early 20s. But then the more people that you bring in and have dinner parties and things, the more you kind of realize, oh God, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. But then I found out that I was, just by being truthful and honest anyway, that people found me very interesting and exciting anyhow. So I didn't need to embellish is what I'm saying. So, and talking to your angels are talking to you. One more. Oh, talk to your angels. Yeah. So, know that you're surrounded by angels, you're protected. So do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're here to shine the light on the lie, cheater thieves, because we all know the truth at the end of the day. We don't forget. When something's painful, it's hard to forget. Protected. Oh, I said that. You are protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. So there could be a change in career because we have time to decide. There's travel here as well for you. So, it's time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. Follow your joy, clearing the past. Archangel Michael is your protector. Yeah. So if you feel like you should sell up and move or do something, because the thing is, like, people go, how do you know it's the voice of God and not the devil? Because when you're meant to do something, it's not just like a whisper that you kind of forget about an hour later. It kind of starts to thump in your head, like get louder and louder and louder until you kind of have to shut the voice up. It's like I have drainage problems at the side of my house here, and I should have been addressing it, but I ignored it. And that's the interesting thing. I kept trying to get people to come and help me, but they were fucking useless, man. After C19, the building industry and the, are overloaded. So little old me is sort of stuck. But then the voices got louder and louder and louder. Drainage, 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 like nagging away. And then I kept thinking of all different ways to fix it. And then I just said, I gave it up to the angels. And I just said, I'm going to Google this. Can you please just give me the best solution for this problem that I can do myself? I did. I realized all I needed is one of those gutter drains, So I've ordered a couple, and they're easy for me. I can install it myself, so it's pretty easy because it's in the dirt. It's not concrete or anything like that. But it's also, I've realized, I can do these things for myself. I don't need anyone else unless it's something serious, but then the angels will send you the right people. So, learning to be independent, learning that you were the one all along. You gave up your success for the success of others. You made these kings successful while you stood behind them. And at the end of the day, you kind of didn't have anything for yourself. 8 of Cups, you left empty. You left with empty cups to start again. This could also be working from home, that kind of thing, independent working. Working from home, this kind of thing. You're also going to start getting people coming to your house or coming to your business. They're moving towards you with the 6 of Swords kind of energy here with this ship. Trade as well, home business, that kind of thing. I'm getting 6 of Pentacles, cyclic payments and things like that. But with the 6 of Swords, people are going to come to you for healing. They're going to come to you for information. They're going to ask you questions as well. There's something here to do with all of that. People are going to get curious or become curious about you, about who you are, about how is it that you're accurate. Like, you are always right, but not in that ego way. It's almost like you're right, and you're wanting, and you provoke in order to get people to prove you wrong. Not because you doubt yourself with this deciding and 2 of Keys, and you doubt yourself. So like your desire to be right is more to be certain, like you just want to be certain. So you need people to prove you wrong in order that you can be certain that you're right. But that's a lack of confidence in your own knowing. So the angels want you to be more confident in what you know, but bragging and all of that. Like sometimes people brag, I'm really smart. Sorry, I just had to change my battery. Yeah. So some people brag and promote themselves and things like that. Because they are insecure, they don't have the confidence in their own abilities. And, I've been like that sometimes as well. You kind of go like, I'm always right, I'm a great genius, I'm a marvelous, wonderful person. And said in that way, like, I know. Because part of you knows that how smart you are, or part of you knows, but you're just not confident in it, so it's, and then you have other people who are like, they're more arrogant and condescending. They put you down in order to promote themselves, and they think they're smart, and they'll tell you how fucking smart they are and rattle off a whole heap of, memory, look at my, quotes or whatever. And that those people, they're usually the stupid ones who think they're smart. Nothing worse than a stupid person who thinks they're smart. Oh my God, I'm sounding arrogant now. Okay, let's cool the pride. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, I just find things funny. Life is strange and a funny place. So, and that's the thing, this person's pointing the finger at these kings. It's time for them to decide. And that's the thing as well. Like, you've given them choices, 2 of Keys. You gave them choices. They made the decision. You could have said to somebody, look, you could follow a musical path, or you could follow a 9 to 5. And they chose the fucking 9 to 5 and made everybody's life miserable because, because they actually had the talent. But they put all their energy into 9 to 5. So even if they were doing side gigs, you've got to, if you want to be famous, if you want to be recognized and have recognition, if you want to have stardom and, notoriety and all of this kind of stuff, you've got to put all your energy into that one thing. You have to starve for your art. So, you know, if you're focusing on the worry of money, you know, you're not really going to be successful in that joyful way. And, you know, this is for you as well to come to realize, to see all of these people. You might have been stuck with a king, bogged down with a king or a queen who is just kind of like stuck and mundane, and, you know, they just sort of leading kind of like that traditional mundane kind of suburban life. And maybe you enjoyed that with them. Maybe you were bringing up kids, or, you know, because that's a good environment to bring kids up in, you know, stability and kind of like suburbs and things like that. You know, because you can make life exciting for kids just through play and through, you know, through imagination and knowledge and showing them stuff and, you know, taking them places. It doesn't really matter where you live in that regard. But once the kids are gone, or one, you know, if you don't have kids, you know, that's the time to make your life exciting, not to be bogged down. That's the time when you don't have children, or before you have children, is to really live your life. So when you do have kids, you don't kind of mind, you know, sort of taking a more traditional path for a little while. But I'm getting that that's what you're breaking free from as well. So, like, you know, you tell people their future, and it frightens them as well. Like, you tell people the outcome, whether it's just that you have it all covered because, you know, you're a bit of a detective, or you're just really good at humanities, you know, you're really good at HR, psychology, these sorts of things. But you just know that this person has two choices, and either one will be successful, but which one will make you happy, you know? Yeah. Strength as well. Like, you know, this has been part of your path, your journey, to be able to still shine and grow in strength and grow in confidence. It's like walking through hell and coming out the other side. You know, not getting stuck and bogged down in that depression. I suffered from chronic depression, you know, over the last, you know, few years particularly. And I was a bit kooky as well, you know, going a little bit kooky, you know, really struggling and suffering, deep, dark kind of, you know, fear. Oh God, it was crazy. And I came out the other side. You know, I didn't take pharmaceuticals or anything like that. I turned to spirituality stronger than ever. I turned to my faith stronger than ever. I turned to my memories stronger than ever. I didn't let people, and I isolated myself as well. So, you know, I was able to come through that to where I am today. And you know, and I still have my moments, but nothing like what I went through. And I did it through my own will and strength and wisdom, and the will, strength and wisdom of the divine. You know, and it was fucking hard. Like, my life has been a life that you do read in books, but I haven't written it, and I probably won't. Oh yeah, Cave, Seek Sanctuary. And Synergy, Green Man, Health and Synergy, Purification, and see Wolf, Independence, Trusting Your Instincts, and then Radiance. So, you know, and again we have like the sun and the moon. You know, you are the creator. You're the one with the big ideas. You're the one that helps to support and guide others while they trample all over you once, you know, they don't want to give you credit for how you stood with them and stood behind them. It's almost like it's a blow to their ego that you kind of knew what they should be doing. It's like they're so stubborn, they don't want to be told anything, they want to work it out for themselves. But if this person's your partner, you know, and they don't want to listen to you, then that can sink your stones as well. It's like two drowning people. So yeah, Sanctuary. Coming, you know, you're now coming into synergy, you're coming into the balance and the rhythm of your own life, looking after your health. You know, Sanctuary, to purify, to grow in strength, learning to trust your instincts, learning that you were right all along, but you don't care to tell anyone that now. It's like, because they know, they were there. Like, that's the thing, you were there. That no one can lie to you because you were there. You heard it. They were there. You know, they can lie all they like but about you and discredit you and do what the fuck they want. But at the end of the day, you're coming up, you know, you're coming up into the sun, radiance. You know, they're stuck in their little dream world. You know, you've broken through and now you're receiving blessings. And guess what? Now they're in solitude trying to figure out what their vision quest is. You know, so, you know, you're a visionary, you're a seer, you just know. And whatever it is you feel like you should be doing, and it's just getting louder and louder and louder in your head, which can actually cause more and more anxiety and fear as you resist, that's what you should be doing. And once you do it, you know that it's God's divine plan for you, and that the angels are trying to knock you around and tell you, look, do you want to stay stuck in this cycle, or do you want to do it for yourself once and for all? You can't be the person that stands behind the others and give away all your power and give away all your knowledge and give away, while they take credit for you. Now they're stuck without you, and they know it. They know you were the brain, and, you were the brain, they were the brawn. And you're going to have success in your own way and freedom to express yourself in your own way. So whatever the hell is nagging you right now, big and loud, as long as it's good, you're not going to... Anyone who gets ideas in their head to hurt themselves, to hurt others, that they think that Satanism and sacrifice is a great thing. You don't have to be, a religious person. But, anyone who thinks that hurting, harming others, animals, the universe is a good thing, you need psychological care, and you need it now. Okay, the rest of you, whatever that loud nagging is, it's your higher self. It's for your greater good. It's for your happiness and your joy. It's to shine, and then you're gonna, because you're a light of this world. You're gonna shine your light for all to see. You've got something to say, something to do that is going to affect the lives of others in positive ways. All right, love to you. Bye.